Good evening, everyone. It is March 11th, 2020, and I'm doing a little fun video. If in case you didn't know who this is Matt, the Fireside Atheist. And I had an idea, a random thought last week of an idea for just a fun little video podcasting to listen to. The subject was a question. If heaven is real, what does yours look like? Now, I know as atheists, we don't believe in heaven and all that stuff, but I thought it'd be fun just to imagine the perfect scenario for us, what heaven would be like. I grew up in a religious family. My mom's side of the family is Mormon. My dad is evangelical Christian. Welcome to hell. So, it's just the whole thing, if heaven was real, it's definitely does not include my dad's side of the family for me. I mean, if heaven is, pearly gates, fluffy clouds, white dresses, wings playing the harp, all the while kissing the ass of some all big, bad, powerful sky daddy. Oh, no, thank you. If heaven is just kissing some guy's ass for the rest of eternity, no, thank you. Plus, if that really was heaven and it was full of people who did just that, kissing God's all-powerful white ass, I don't want to be any part of it. No, thank you in hell. So, I would never want to live in heaven with my, dad's side of the family again. No, thank you. That's an eternity with them is hell on earth. But when I thought of heaven for me, what is heaven for me? And it takes me back to like a wish I had as a kid. Like my superpower. I wished I could literally jump into books. Like Harry Potter goes flying into Tom Riddle's diary in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. That is my idea. It's my idea of heaven for me. I mean, not as a memory where I can't interact with anyone else, but if I could jump into the pages of the books that I love to read, jump into a Harry Potter book and live and go to school at Hogwarts and interact with the characters. That would be so much fun. That would be so cool. And then when I wanted to, I could jump out of the book and jump into another one, like, say, the Inheritance books with Aragon, Shadeslayer, and Sophia Bright Scales, and or jump into a Twilight book and have fun hanging out with vampires, or jump into one of my history books. I would love it just to be, to jump into a history book and actually experience a history and just see things like that. That is my idea of heaven. That would be my idea of heaven, is to just for the rest of eternity to jump in and out of my books. To see fiction, to see histories, just to see these worlds. That's ultimately my idea of heaven. And the reason why that's my idea of heaven, it really always goes back to when I was a kid. My parents got divorced in the fall of 2000. So Y2K didn't end the computers, but it ended my family, is the joke I like to say. And it was that time period that I first read Harry Potter in 4th grade. And it sparked a love of reading that turned into a wildfire that's existed to this day. I just love to read. I love books. And I started reading that book, for our first book, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And then my parents got divorced. And so as my world was falling apart, I was discovering this new world, this wonderful world of magic and friends. And it was just so cool. It provided a sanctuary and a safe harbor whenever life was difficult. Whenever my parents fighting or my dad was driving me crazy with school, or I would read my Harry Potter books. I know I must have read the first book at least 300 times by now. Seriously, I'm surprised I would not have that thing memorized. So my love of reading was my escape from my life, from my home life. So that's why this is my dream. So why I got into reading so much and why it matters to me. So what is your guys's idea of heaven if it was real? And I said this is just for fun. Obviously heaven doesn't exist, hell doesn't exist, no God. But if there was a heaven and you were in it, what does it look like? Is it full of, football all the time? Is it, you're in a casino where every time you pull the slot machine, it's a mega jackpot? Or you secretly want to be a race car driver or a superhero, a movie star? What is your idea of heaven? Or is it just you, your wife, or husband, your significant other, whoever they may be, kids, and just or just you and your family and your extended family, and that's just you guys for the rest for forever and ever? What is your idea of heaven? So I'd be very interested to hear this. If you have anything, and you can say it in the comment below, or you can you can email me if you want at the Fireside Atheist at, I believe it's gmail.com. Sorry, I'm a little. It's been a while since I looked at my web email for this channel here that I forget what it is. So maybe I should look that up before I start asking you guys to email. So hope you enjoyed this video, or this podcast, should I say. But yeah, it's just, I wanted to do something fun, nothing too big and too fancy, just a nice little fun what if, kind of thing. What if heaven is real? What would yours be? Not debating on if heaven is real or not here, but what would you do if heaven was real? What would it be for you? So if you want to feel like sharing, I do appreciate it. I'd be very interested to find out what your guys' idea of heaven is. And if not, that's cool too. Please give this video a like if you found it enjoyable and its lightheartedness. And until next time, this is Matt, the Fireside Atheist, signing off, everyone. Hope you enjoy the show.